Today's story is about the moment I realized something important. Sometimes the brief isn't wrong, but the thinking behind it is. Years ago, I was working with British Telecom. They wanted a mailer, something their sales team could open, read, and use to get more sales. A nice bit of paper, a clever line, a tactical reminder, but sitting there with the brief in my hands. It didn't feel right. Not for the people it was meant for. Not for the way they worked. Because sales teams don't need more reading. They need something that lives with them. Something that travels with them. Something that gets inside their head right before they walk into the room. And that's when it hit me. They didn't need a mailer. They needed a voice in their ear. So I threw the brief out. I created an audio piece, a gritty Mickey Spillane style detective story. Sharp, atmospheric, memorable. It wasn't a list of features. It wasn't a script of selling points. It was an experience. Something they could play in the car, on the train, on the way to a meeting. Something that slipped into their memory without effort. They didn't just remember the message. They felt it. And because they felt it, they used it. And because they used it, they sold more. That was the moment I realized. A brief tells you what the client thinks they want, but instinct tells you what the client actually needs. If I'd stuck to the brief, we'd have produced another disposable mailer. Nice idea. Lost in a pile. Forgotten in a week. Instead, I created something they still talked about long after. Great ideas rarely sit inside the lines someone gives you. They live just outside them, in the space where you challenge the assumptions, trust your gut, and make something that actually works for real people. So here's what I learned that day. Don't just answer the brief. Listen to the humans behind it. That's where the idea is, and that's where the impact lives. If this episode resonated, follow me for the next chapter. And if you want your brand to break past the brief and find the big idea that actually moves people, you know where to find me.